Would you like to save money on your medications? Do you notice the differences in the packaging of brand name and generic drugs? When I go shopping, I always try to be price conscious. I mean, why would someone want to spend more on something than they have to? People being informed of what is available to them and at what price is very important. Even though most people are aware of brand name and generic brand options, they may not understand all of the differences or if there are any. I would like to give you some background information on the differences between brand name and generic medicine. It is very important to always be informed about any medication you're taking. Let's talk about why I think generic brands are just as good as brand name. Generic or brand name is an option that we, the consumer, have with many products. William Newman defined generic drugs as designating a drug name not protected by a trademark, usually descriptive of its chemical structure. Fortunately for us, we have that choice with medication. With that impending financial doom of our economy, it's good to be able to get the medicines we need at an affordable price. Generic and brand name not only encompass prescription medications, but over-the-counter as well. According to Blue Cross Blue Shield, some of the more common ones noted would be things like Tylenol, or also known as acetaminophen, or Persuasive OTC, generally known as Oprazol. While shopping the shelves for these items is very easy to pick out from one from the other just based on the packaging. Name brand is more eye-catching and colorful, where generic is less attractive and plain. Betsy the pharmacist said a generic drug is simply a branded drug that uses a different name. Today I would like to share with you the many positive reasons that I would recommend purchasing generic drugs over brand name. The main reason people buy generic drugs is because they are so much less expensive than brand name, according to Betsy. This raises the most frequently asked question, how can it be the same medication but at a less expensive cost? Jay Sitton, Kay Thakkar, and G. Billa said brand name drugs require research and testing that requires a lot of time and money. But generic drugs just copy what already exists, therefore saving them the cost and allowing the price to stay low. Core Medical Group and MedNet Technologies that usually only one manufacturer produces a brand name drug, but several manufacturers can produce a generic drug. Many questions have been raised by consumers asking if the ingredients are the same. The answer is yes, the active ingredients are the same. You get the same strength and dosage as the brand name product, and they are just as safe and effective. The FDA treats a generic drug just as safe and effective. According to Core Medical Group, the standard must be the same for both. If it doesn't, the FDA will not approve its release. The FDA approves a generic drug if it contains the same active ingredients as the brand name drug, treats the same medical condition, is identical in strength, purity, quality, dosage from, and a route of administration, so that the method by which someone takes the drug must also be the same. Absorbs into the bloodstream at a similar rate and over the same period of time the brand name drug. The FDA regulates and inspects all drug manufacturers and all the drugs sold in the U.S. If any product sold fails to meet their production standard, they will be recalled. Generic drugs are held to the same standards. Another term for this process is bioequivalent. Once generic bioequivalent is proven, the FDA considers a generic medicine interchangeable with the brand name medicine. The FDA conducts 3,500 inspections a year to make sure the standards are being met, according to Blue Cross Blue Shield. Core Medical Group said brand name firms are actually linked to 50% of generic drug production. It is common for brand name drug companies to copy their own drugs with a generic name. The process in which generic drugs are possible is when a company develops a new drug, then it is submitted to the FDA for approval. A 20-year patent is issued preventing other companies from selling the drug during the life of the patent. Once the patent has expired, a drug manufacturer can apply to the FDA to sell its generic version. The biggest advantage to purchasing generic is, of course, the price. Core Medical Group said it is possible to save as much as 90% over the cost of brand name drugs For people on a fixed income, such as older retired adults or people who can't work because of disabilities, this is a crucial form of financial standpoint. On average, generics are 40 to 60% less than brand name drugs. Also, it's important to note that some patients find their brand name prescription medications will not be covered by their insurance, according to Blue Cross Blue Shield. With 15 million Americans paying for doctors' care and medications without the benefit of health insurance, generics are a nice alternative to costlier name brands. I made a table of brand name versus generic drugs, and some of the brand name and generics are on here. For Xanax, you could buy the generic name for $4 and get the same drug. For Persuasive, you could buy the generic for $181. For Prozac, you could buy the generic for $4. For Lipitor, you could buy the generic for $23 versus $141. And for Glaucophage, you could buy the generic for $4 versus $68. In closing, there will always be divided opinions about everything. However, with this topic, being educated about the facts are their most beneficial. Some consumers will always buy brand name because they feel it is best, and that is all they will buy. Having to be more cautious with many isn't great to have an option to buy something for a much less amount. The active ingredients in generic is identical to the brand name drugs, but it only costs a few dollars. A drug has been on the market for many years by the time it is available in generic form, so the effects and interactions are well known. I hope this information helps you know the facts about brand name drugs and generic drugs. After being informed of the great benefits of buying over-the-counter generic drugs, maybe the next time you are at the pharmacy, you will choose generic. Thank you.